Okay, so in the last class, so we are doing IAM. IAM. Go here.
सॉरी तो बच्ची थोड़ा
No, no problem, no problem, no problem. IAM. Okay. So I think we covered till user groups and users. So now we have to go with the main stuff, that is roles and policies. That is very important. So as for the the interview purpose, they gonna ask us from these things only. The users and user groups are we have to know the concept because anyway we're gonna use it for the industry as well. But this roles, this is very important and like for the interview perspective, it's very important. They're gonna ask the direct question: What is role? Why do we need it? The
ओके
water policies and all. So it's very these are two are very important. Okay, very simple. The
ओके
concepts are quite clear, so don't worry about it. But it's just like I just tell you, for interview perspective, these are very important. Okay? So before roles, first we'll go with the policies. When it
ओके
comes to the policies, policy is nothing but it's kind of permission. So permission imagine if you go to the bank and also I'm sure you went to the bank and you have done so many stuff draft part, the loan part, the cashier part and all. But you might have seen that the cashier guy only deals with the cashier stuff and all. He doesn't deal with the loan part. For the loan part, there is other set of guys and all. Okay, so manager is different. Manager doesn't do the job of cashier. The cashier doesn't do the job of manager. So cashier is having only cashier can do only the he's having only permission to deal with the cashier stuff and all. He will do the transaction part and he'll collect the cash, deposit the money and all. The manager is his own he's having own set of permissions. Like he's having set of rules. The very same way loan guys have to deal with the loan department only. So you can see in the if when you talk about the bank part, every individual is having set of permissions. You understood? So here also, like when you talk about the cloud part, so policy talks about the set of permissions. It's you can see here that the definition itself says a policy is an
या
object AWS that defines permissions. It's simple. Policy is nothing but permissions. Like it
ओके
defines sets of permissions and it will tell you what are permissible. I think if you have seen the cases when we create some of the users at that time of they created EC2 instances, we created the S3 buckets and all. So the tester was dealing with the S3 buckets, S3 storage, and the S3 storage we'll study about it for the time. Just learn this thing because this nothing but a storage concept. S3, simple storage service. Okay, so a testing guy is dealing with the storage services, and when we talk about the other guy, the developer, he was dealing with the EC2 instances. So the developer, he was not building with the S3 buckets, and the tester guy was not building with the the EC2 instance. So they have their own set of permissions. Okay, in the very same way, so those permissions are nothing but policies which we assign to some of the users, groups, that kind of stuff now. So if we'll talk about these things, so you understood the what is the policy, right? It's nothing but like set of permissions and all. That's as simple as that, nothing else. Okay. So coming to this part, the policies they're actually okay. Uh, okay. So the policies are actually divided into three parts. Okay, the first one is nothing but AWS managed,
ओके
and it's these are very important questions because they're gonna ask it what are the types of policy and all, and have you worked with the AWS managed or have you worked with the job stuff and all. This is
ओके
job managed, and coming to C part, which is nothing but the customized customized. Okay. So this is the
ओके
stuff. Okay. There are three types of policies are there, which is AWS managed, AWS managed, job managed, and this is customized. Okay, now come to this part. You will see here. You can see here
Yeah.
AWS managed, job managed. That is job function. Okay, I think I wrote it wrong. Job managed, job. Okay, whatever. There's some typos there. AWS manage, job manage, and one more stuff is there. That is called custom manage. Okay, we're gonna see. Okay, once you create the when you create the policy and all that, at that time you can see the type of it's going to be custom policy. Because, and I'm telling you, in the production, like in the prod server, most of the time it's not the AWS manage. It's not. It's the custom manage, because they want to secure the services, because they won't give the AWS manager on all the stuff. They actually customize the stuff, the user can only list it, the user can only read it. They can imagine the if you go to the Flipkart and the production server, they won't allow you to change the like in the price tag. They won't just they just let you to see the stuff, the listing of the users, the listing of the products, and just to simply do the add to cart and just pay the amount and buy the stuff. But they won't
Okay.
never let you to the change the stuff and all. So that is the only thing. Like, it's not so in the production. So for learning it is fine, but for the in the production server, and which is very important. They won't use the AWS manage. Most of the time, it's like 99% time, they're gonna use this custom manage. Okay, and coming to AWS manage job function is nothing but which is running at the background. So this is also like it's combination of custom manage and the AWS manage. So it's like this. But most of the time, you can expect it's going to be the custom policy. Okay, so these are the one,
Okay.
and one more thing you have to know, these policies are actually written in JSON language. JSON is nothing but like JavaScript object notation. So it doesn't matter if you don't know the stuff and all. It's okay, but I just for that knowledge purpose, I'm telling you, you should know this. These policies are actually written in the JSON. So I'll tell you what. Okay, I'll show you. So
Understood.
you will have the better understanding. Okay, to here the permissions. So here, this the summary part. If I'm going with, see, imagine if I'm giving the Amazon EC2 full access. So with these, you'll having 4 attached access and all the policies and all. What is this? CloudWatch, you're gonna see later. EC2 auto scaling. That's what you're gonna see. ELB V2. So these are all the stuff. CloudWatch is like it's basic. Just for information, you don't have to know this, but I'm just saying for the safer side. CloudWatch is like monitoring the services, monitoring the nodes and servers and all. Auto scaling automatically it scales the servers. That's it. Nothing but ELB is elastic load balancer. That'll come to know. Okay. The important part is JSON. It'll come to here. Okay. So here, so I'll copy this stuff. There's an option.
Looks like coding.
Yeah, no, you don't have to know this. I'm just for the for the better understanding. Like, you should know this. What are the things are there? That's
Okay.
only okay. So if someone is better in JSON and all, they can go with that part. Okay. Okay. So this is the one. Okay, so that is nothing. JSON. JSON is nothing but JavaScript object notation. So you don't have to know this. I'm just for the say being a like you're an engineer, you are being a DevOps engineer. You should know this. What are the things and all, what's actually happening. You don't have to this thing. You don't have to write this as well. I'm just telling you. Okay, what it is doing actually. Okay, so you can see here. So we'll go like this, the reverse order. Star means all. Always remember, whenever you talk about star, no, it means any or all. Okay, star means like all the resources in
Okay.
AWS, all the resources in the AWS are allowed to perform this action, EC2 action. Okay, all the resources in the AWS are allowed to perform the elastic load balancing. All the resources in AWS are allowed to perform the CloudWatch action, auto scaling, and come through this part. So here you got some of the conditions like string IAM. The see here we have created they have created their own user IAM, the auto scaling, the EC schedule, EC spot and all, spotty fleet and all. Spot is like it's kind of like when you create the AMI, the one which we learned in the first class. When you're creating the instances at that point, if you go with the spot one, it's having it all depends on the price range. the one which we used it on the free, but when you talk about the real industry, sometimes they go for the spot one. So that is the reason, like they can go for the spot and the bidding and all. These all the stuffs are there. So we don't have to go into that much of depth. But the only thing
Okay.
is, like you should know this. Whatever I'm showing you here, what is written here, you should know this. What they are doing it. So spot is like when you create on the spot, when you create the instance on the spot, so the charges are less because they through the bidding and all, like imagine TCS, Infosys, HCL, and the Capgemini, they all they did the bidding for the particular server. So I won the bidding, and that was on the lower price. So instead of going for the complete AMI, I got the spot. So this is the one. You don't have to know this. I'm just telling you for the safer side. These are the things. Okay. So here, so I told you all the resources on in AWS are allowed to perform EC2 instance. Okay, so the EC2 action related to EC2. So these are the stuff. Okay, so this is the one. Okay, okay, here is a copy option of the copy. Fine. Okay, so apart from this, like if I'll go for another, I'll go some other. I'll show you one stuff. Yeah. Show you. Yeah. So billing one, it's only allowed to perform only account operations. You can see here.
Okay.
Okay, I'll copy here. Go here. Okay, you can see here all the uh, all the resources in AWS are allowed to perform in the visual editor. These are the stuff which is so in billing policies they have only they're dealing with the billing part, like the account operation and all the stuff. Okay, coming to this part, there's one more thing I'll show you. The one which I this one, administrator access. This is very important. You should know this. Yeah. So administrator, which if you remember, I told you in the very first class itself, like they are allowed to perform all the actions. I hope you remember, which I told you the path, the admin and the root admin, and then we are creating the user. So here,
Yes, yes, yes. I
yeah,
remember.
so
Yeah.
yeah, so here it's coming. All the resources in AWS are allowed to perform all the actions. So if any user, the Ram, the John, Sita, Ram, and all the stuff, and if they are the user, it will give them the administrator access. They are allowed to perform all the actions. Okay, there'll be no holds barred. They can do anything. Okay, so
So
this is
if
the
there
one.
is no permission for all the resources, then there'll be a different thing, right?
Yes, yes, absolutely. Like if because only the admin guy will have all the access, and because he won't give you all the access because you might be the new guy. You might kind of play fiddle with the database and all. You might because they know that people will leave the organization sometime. Okay, that is the reason, for the security reason, they don't give the whole permission to everyone. Like only the higher authority will have all the permission. Even the tech lead also, they don't have the permission. Even the manager itself, only the CTO, the CEO, all those guys having all the administrative access. Until unless something like in the prod, something goes wrong, only then on the timely basis, they can raise the request, we want the full access because we have to perform this on, and then on the based on upon the approval and all the stuff, they get the part and all. So this is the one which you have to do. Okay, so this is our one. So let's so doubts clear, is you understood?
Yes, yes, Asad bhai,
Okay,
yes.
okay, okay. So let's go. So we'll create one policy here. Okay, so I'll show you how to create the policy. That is going to be the custom policy. Okay, so I'll tell
Done.
you. Okay, so the which one is the so this is the one. So select a service which I'm gonna use it. Okay. So I'm so they're telling the tell me a service which you're gonna use it for. So I'm telling I'm gonna use it for EC2. Okay. So I'm gonna use it for EC2. So EC2, this is the one, EC2. And you can say
Okay.
I'm doing the all, I'm giving you all EC2 actions.
Manual actions.
Yes, so all the actions I'll give it to them, and I'll go to the next. Okay, so, okay, yeah, yeah. Okay, I'll give the policy name here. Policy, this is optional. If you want, you can give like it's better, like if you give, that's a good practice. Always, like try to give something like you won't fill this thing. So here you can see the allow. I'm giving only easy to the access. Okay, the full access. Okay, and now I'm going to creating the
Okay.
policy. Okay. Okay, so created called my first policy, right? You can see here. So I've created here my first policy, and it's coming customer managed, the which I told you earlier. Here, the customized one, the customer one. Okay, so this is the one. If I'll go here now, I'm going inside the policy now, you can see here the for permission I am giving only the EC2 part. Okay,
Okay,
so
understood. Yeah.
okay, so this is the EC2 part, and coming to this part, like this is the one, and so we have done, like this one is going to this IAM policy is going to use by EC2 only. Okay, now we'll go to the the policy part, and so these are the one, and in the very same way, like we can create for the the S3 as well. Okay, 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 fine. If I'll go here, okay, I can add it here. Edit. I'm doing it later on. Modify permission. Okay, so I'm going to add some more permission. Let's go with
Okay.
the I'm giving S3 permission now. Okay, S3 buckets. Okay, this is the one. All S3 actions. Okay, this is all. Specific means, like only the particular users only can do that. So I'm giving you all because I don't want to get in that.
Okay.
Okay, here it comes, and then I've gone to the and see the the policy is coming. Okay, so now you can see that S3 and EC2. These are the one which you have it down. Okay, now what you have to remember is, so these are the policies which I'm going to use it inside the EC2 instances for some of the cases and all. So this one I'm gonna use it. Okay, I'll go to the EC2. If you want, you can still customize it. Okay, I'll tell you one more stuff. This is the one my first policy. I'll create one more policy which is going to be the create policy. Okay, and which service I'm gonna use it. I'm going to EC2.
EC2.
EC2 will use it. Okay, and the I'm not giving all EC2 now. I'm giving only the list part. Okay, all list stuff. Only it will only list it. Okay,
Yeah.
just for like an understanding purpose we are doing it. You don't have to do it like this, but I'm just saying for the understanding, so you'll have the better understanding. Okay, so I'm doing the my. Sorry, I just had a call, so just my call.
Okay.
Okay, so this is the one. So here we are just giving the full list one. Okay, the list one. Okay, we didn't give the full community permission. Okay, I'm doing the create permission, create policy.
Okay.
Okay, so this is the one. If you go with my, if I put it here, you can see here the my first policy, my second policy, and now you can differentiate it. My first
So
policy
this
is
will
having,
come. Sorry, this will be coming under customized one. Correct.
yes, the customer management. So
Understood.
yeah, so first this is having EC2 and S3, and this one is having only EC2, which is having the list one. Okay, so if you have to go for the you have to attach it to some of the duplicated. What you have to do is so these are the policy one. Okay, so attached will come with the roles part. So that I'll tell you. Okay, so this we understood, right? Now how to create the policies and all. Like if you have any doubt, you can please ask me.
No, I understood. I got
Okay.
to know that customized one, AWS managed and AWS managed and job managed.
Okay. So
As
so
if
this.
now we've only
Yeah,
learned.
please. Yeah,
As
tell
if
me
now
that.
we have learned about customized one.
Yes. So this one, this is what we call actually, fine granularity, like limited permissions, because IAM only
Okay.
talks about the limited access. Because these terms are actually going to use it. They're going to use it like whether you have used it, they find granularity or you're not. This is going to ask it. Like, so that's the reason I told you. This is called fine granularity. Okay, that means limited permission. Okay, so even there is one more interview question comes from this thing, like how to how you can secure your cloud. So you can tell them enable multi-factor authentication, the MFA. I can create the user. I can do the customer. So coming to the custom policies, I can create the custom policy. I'm not giving the complete full access. These all the stuff you can do that, because this question will come, because security is very
Okay.
important, and it will come how you can secure it. So you can, these are the some some of the stuff you can do, that MFA, enable MFA, the one which is creating the custom policy, and the measures to secure the cloud environment. You can do that constant rotation of the password. There's one. This is real time example value. They continue, you have to constantly rotate the password for the
Okay.
for the particular users and all. Okay, and so these are one. Okay, and coming to the next part, that is these are the policy and all. Okay, coming to the rules and all. Okay, why the rules are needed actually. Now I'll tell you something here. Okay, so okay, so, so the moment I write, I think you'll understand what I was trying to do. Okay. Mm, you too. And, let's see. So that means when I wrote it, it means if one service of AWS needs to communicate with the another service of AWS, we need S3 this rules. Okay, that is the significance important, the roles which is actually playing. So rules is
Okay.
having the content which is they're gonna use the policies, but to interact with like EC2 and S3 together, we need the roles. Without that, we won't be able to do it. So this is very important. They're gonna ask why you need roles and what is the use of role. You can simply tell them, because it's very ultimately it's not enabled actually. Most of the things are disabled. So to enable the communication between the two AWS services, we have to make sure we use the roles, and the roles, they're nothing but they actually roles, it uses policies. Okay, so So roles, it uses the policies. Okay, so you know how to create the policies. That's how you gonna create the rules, and then you actually attach the policies to the roles, and then later on you go to the EC2 instance, and then you actually attach it to the EC2 instance to communicate, to make a communication with the S3 bucket. It's very important, and so as I told you earlier, by default it's not enabled to talk to another service. So it's you should know this. If one if one AWS service needs to communicate with another AWS service, we have to use roles. Okay, so coming to the roles part, so we'll now go with the roles part. Okay, so I'll do the creation of the roles. Okay, now, selected trusted entity. What is the AWS service you want to use it? Allow AWS service like EC2, Lambda, or the other perform action in this account. So AWS is going to use it most of the time. Here it is not needed. I know. The SAML is it's authentication part which you use it. So right now it's basically used for the particular application. AWS account basically allow the third parties software services. Here also we are not have to use it. Coming to web identity like mostly you might have seen the cases. Okay, web identity I'll tell you. Not now. Here it comes web identity. Okay. Here the when I'll explain this identity provider now, then you will come to know what I was trying to say. The web identity. Okay, so let's
Okay.
go and create the policy or create the roles. AWS services. Now you can see which service is going to use it. Okay, I'm going to putting on EC2. You can choose any other services as well. Okay, just because they have this thing, you have so many services. Just because these two other services as well is written, you can take the other part as well. Okay, I'm going to EC2. Okay, EC2. Going to the next one. Okay, now coming to this part, like what are the services you needed? Okay, what are the what are the like you can actually attach it to. So what I'm gonna do is the policy which we created. If you remember, I created the my first policy.
Yeah,
Okay,
my first policy.
yeah. So here I'm attaching. You can do that like EC2 instance. You can go one by one, but I'm using the customized one, the one which I created. So I'm gonna use it so that you come to know like why I use the existing one, why I created this one. So this one came at next, and you can give the role name, my first role. Okay, and you can see allow EC2 instance to call AWS service on your behalf. Allow EC2 instances to call AWS services, other AWS services on your behalf. Okay, so this is the one. Okay, so my first policy is there, and you can give the tag and all, just like key value pair. It actually differentiated from the it will go for the another one. So here I'm not using it. I'm just doing the create role. Okay,
Okay.
okay. My first role is created. We'll go to the roles, view role. So I can see here my first role is created. Okay, now what I'll do is I'll go and attach it to the EC2 instance so that you'll come to know like why it was needed actually. We'll go to EC2 instances. At this moment you don't have to know all the only the thing like how why these things and all, how it is coming. When we'll do the project at that point of time, we will understand, we'll have the better understanding. I can understand it's bit
Okay.
quite new to you and all, but you don't worry about it. Okay, so once you will do
Okay.
the project and all, no, that you'll have the better understanding. We'll do the project as well.
Definitely.
Okay, so I think it will come. It has to running only, then will come. We will wait for 1 minute. To come. Yes. Okay. Just check. Okay. So yeah, okay, yeah, this one. So, okay, so you can see here, I'm this one. I'll go to the actions, security, modify IAM, and here it's coming IAM. Okay, so
Okay.
okay, choose IAM. So you can see that no IAM role and my first role, the role which I
Okay.
created. So I've created my first role, and I can do the update IAM role. Okay, but the
Okay.
moment you do it, it'll actually update it. So I'm not doing it because you can do that because my this thing it's having something else. It's running something in this server, so I'll not use it. Okay, so this is the one. Well, and always recommend you all have to stop the service.
Terminate or stop.
Yes, better since you are the new user, so it's better you keep terminating it. So like you'll have the better understanding. The moment you will have you have to create the new services at that point of time. Like and you can create the another one and all the stuff. Okay, so this is the one. Okay,
Understood.
so okay, so this is the one. Understood, right? This one and security and IAM and definitely
Modify
one
and
thing.
roll.
Yeah, if it is in the stop state, you can see that the security part it will be this option will not highlight. So make sure that
Okay.
this server needs to be in the running state. Only then you can do that. Okay. So this is one the one. So even if you do that, it won't allow you. You can do that, but it won't allow you update IAM. So this one you have to know.
Mm.
So it must to update it. You have to. It must be in the running state. Okay. So
Understood. Yeah.
this thing is done, and uh, so yeah, coming to this one, identity provider. This is very you might have seen the cases and all. So So coming to identity provider, okay. So you might have seen the cases like I'll tell you one. Not like this. No, okay. I'm not familiar with the Insta, not so I'll not talk about that. Okay. So coming to the identity provider, like you might have seen the cases like you might have heard of SSO, single sign-on.
Okay.
Uh, so uh, so single sign-on is nothing but like you can actually use only one account, and you can go for the all the you can use it for all the applications, like because in the companies they use like that only. So you might have come across this scenario where they actually they create one instance for you, like instance for you, one username and password they give it to you, and they have their all their application, the enterprise application. They and for that purpose you'll have only one username and password. You can go and on, and you can create the you can, because the thing is like you if you'll maintain the separate password for every different application, it's going to be difficult for you to maintain the username and password. So that is the reason for in enterprise level. At the enterprise level, it's very important. Like they create only single sign-on. Even if you see the cases, like so here it's coming like ad provider. Now, what is the ad provider? Ad provider is nothing but like imagine you don't have to use the AWS login here. So they will use the third-party software or third-party login for you to log in into the AWS. So that means so you don't have to use your AWS credentials. They will allow you to log into the AWS services, AWS console through the third-party software service. Now, how are you going to use it? Then the moment I'll click here, you'll come to know. You'll have better understanding now. If you'll okay, I'll provide a name. Imagine okay, not the SAML. I will go to the OpenID. Okay, okay. The URL. Second, that's the URL SAML ad provider. Okay. then- Okay, not like that. I'll tell you what. Pin. Yes. Pin. For this thing. Okay. So, login if I do. Yeah. Yeah. This is what I was talking about. Okay. 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 Yeah. This is what I was talking about. One second. Here, okay. Well done. There. I'll the logout actually. I'll do the sign out. Now, here we're talking about. You can see here, either you create the email and the password, this one as well, or you can continue login with the Facebook or the Google account. Okay. So this is
Okay.
what I was talking about. So identity provider is nothing but like they either you create the AWS console which you already have. Okay. So through that you can log in into this AWS. The one which I have is in Sunny Cloud 0401. This one I have.
Understood.
You already have
Understood.
it. If you'll not use it, you can use the third party software services, and with the help of those, and you can actually log in. So here they have given continue with the Facebook. Okay. Either you log in here, create your account here, or else you can actually go with the continue with the the with the Facebook. You know, create the account. So this is nothing but like this all about the identity provider. Now, when I talk about the roles, if you remember, I think roles only we were talking about, right? When you're creating the roles and all, something is coming up. Web identity. So here it's saying allow user federated by the specified external web identity provider to assume this role to perform action in this account. So what you have to remember is external web identity provider. This is what you are talking about. So here at the pin interest, okay, I have to cross like at the pin interest, if you see that they will also allow you to go through the it actually also allow you to go through the Facebook as well. But when you talk about the this one IAM, so here it is coming like you can go to the identity provider. It's actually all the chargeable things around. That is the reason I'm not creating it because if you go for this, so you'll see interest trust with your AWS account is SAML, because SAML is nothing but like you have to get one authentication app, and also you have to go through that, and then you have to. So you can see here identity providers such as Shibboleth, all identity federation services. The one which you say, if you create this one now, you will come to know there is one more step, and they will get the option for the Facebook, Google account. Here you will get it. If you go with an ad provider, you'll come to know. I think
Okay.
it will go with I think URL, but was the authentication needed here. So the moment you do the ad provider, the option will come is the even Apple also will come. Apple option will come. The Google account will come. The Facebook will come. The Insta will come, and all the stuff which is actually variety of users that they're gonna use it. So this is all about the IAM. So you know what are the user groups, users, roles, policies, and identity provider. Identity provider probably we're gonna use it in the. I'm not sure. I think we're gonna use it or not. But just for the understanding, you should know this. And one more stuff, the access analysis. This one is also important. Yeah, I think I didn't tell you this part. My bad. Access analysis, if you are the admin part, if you create create here, okay, create analyzer. I think the options are limited here. So here, what it does now, it actually analyze all the stuffs and all. They can actually see when are you logging, when are you log out, when are you actually, who if somebody is using the unwanted things, in most of the cases, like you can see that the child and all that they can actually access to the porn and all, the unwanted websites and all. So these are things. So here this is the one. This is the guy which actually can use it. So if you create the access analyzer, through that, actually, you can monitor the one user's stuff. If I want, I can actually create the stuff and actually can analyze what are the things you guys are doing and all. Okay, so these are one of the stuff. Okay, so
Okay.
up to here, you have any doubt, or I think I'll probably I think this 1 minute. And 1 second, let me go through it once. I think. Here, these are the rules and all. I think it's less than 1 minute. So I'll stop sharing and you come to this thing. Again, you log in because anyway, I can disrupt it. So you log in again, okay? Because again, it break the flow then. Okay?
Yes. Less than 1 minute, the meeting will get over.
Yeah, that's the reason. Right? Telling let's stay to one
I'll
more.
join back.
It will break the flow. Okay, let's log in.
Should I join back or how it is?
Yeah, think. Okay. 1 second, 1 second. Okay, we can do
Just give
that.
me a
Yeah,
second.
yeah.
Join back.
No, 1 second, 1 second. I think we can do it like this as well, right? It will keep on
Mhm.
recording. Hang on. Okay. Okay. So if I do the start, no, I think we have to do we have to log in again, I guess. And you see
Is
it's
this
coming, or else it's going on. So okay, tell me.